Life doesn't care. It is gonna throw some shit your way. Just shit. Throw the poop emojis everywhere when we edit this, okay?
We're together, sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. Everything that's wonderful is what I feel when we're together.
What's up? What's up, y'all, and welcome to another episode of Blah Blah Blog. It's your girl Marsha, aka Dulce, author of Baggage Claim, a Life Story. This book is available on Amazon as well as on my website, mmdulce.com. I give you 6 chapters for free. I know, I'm amazing. I don't know about you in your pockets, but I can always appreciate a freebie. So definitely go ahead and check that out. But that's not why you're here. You're here because the title of this video suggests that you should not say that you're depressed. All right, now pause for the cause, because I already know someone saw this video and clicked and is ready to be like, Marsha, you don't understand my struggle. I am depressed. Depressed is me, okay? And you can't take that away from me. Who are you anyways? You're not even a psychologist. Honey, give this video a chance and you can leave your commentary down below. You can also utilize the big, fat, juicy down like button if you do not like the video, but I do urge you, hear me out, please. All right, so what do I mean by saying don't say you're depressed? First, let me clarify. I am not saying don't say you're depressed, because to say you're depressed means you're currently in a state of depression. Duh, right? Okay, cool. What I don't like is when people say I'm depressed. I lost you. I know. So let me give you some backstory. I was having a conversation with one of my friends and he was trying to get some encouragement to not drink. So here I go, it's liquid poison anyways. Smoke instead. No, just kidding. Don't do drugs either, kids. But I told him, no, you're fine. You're doing great without it, because he said it's been, some time since he's had a drink. And I was like, you'll be fine. Optimism me, right? Hippie woo woo. If you guys have been on this channel long enough, that is what I just classify all kinds of optimism, hippie woo woo. Okay, so I told him all the hippie woo woo stuff, like, no, you got this. Don't worry about it. You're doing great. You don't need it. And then he said, yeah, but I'm depressed. And this friend of mine has said this before, and so I can't help it, okay? I am a mental health advocate. I do take depression and anxiety and a lot of the other illnesses within the mental health realm very seriously, but I want to make a point about verbiage, okay? Verbiage is exactly, it's what we say, essentially. It's the wording that we use whenever we communicate things to one another. And so I made a point to him that he was experiencing depression, and to say that he is depressed made it more of an identity rather than, a situation. Pause again, okay? Slow your roll, okay? Before you get to downvote in this video, first of all, we're just getting started, okay? Hear me out, okay? Again, if I say I'm depressed, what that says is I'm identifying as a depressed person. That takes away everything else that I have to offer as a person. Even if in the given moment I am, very much troubled by a situation, I am not just that situation. Even if it's a culmination of situations, it does not matter. Your depression does not make up your identity, is the point that I am trying to make. And I really hope, especially if you are experiencing depression, you're not alone. I've definitely dealt with depression. If you've been subscribed to this channel, you just check out my life updates video. I've had a lot to be very troubled about. But again, I do not take depression lightly. But even in those instances, when my mom was going through chemo, when I was homeless, when I was jobless and unemployed, whenever I had terrible things happen to me, I did not want to say I am depressed. Whatever you say after the sentence I am, it's pretty damning, okay? It's manifestation. You don't have to be religious to believe in the power of the tongue. Your words are very powerful. And all I am suggesting is that you go back and you just switch your verbiage to say, I'm just going through a tough time. Or if you do like the word depressed so much, just say, I'm currently depressed. I like that barrier between I'm or I am and depressed by saying currently. Because what does that say? It says that it's temporary, my friends. I know this is probably some optimism that you're not really ready for, and it's okay if you need to click out of this video or if you already did. Sayonara. But this is for the people that are really not wanting to stay in that space of depression. I am not suggesting that depression can be cured in an instant, as if I Dream of Jeannie or something, the hood rat version where I'm just like, ding, and your depression's gone. Okay, that is not what I'm saying. I am saying there are things that we can do in our day-to-day lives that helps us get through tough seasons. And again, hear me out. I'm saying seasons because I do not want depression to be a lifelong sentence for anybody. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. I wouldn't wish that on Trump, okay? At the end of the day, I believe everyone is worthy of a higher level of existence in life. And I know that sounds like, but get real, Marsha. Get real. Gas is going up. COVID is still here. Okay. Pause. Can we pause again? Honey boo boo, you have to understand. I'm gonna throw up my favorite visual. Cover up my pretty face, okay? This visual was one of the most impactful visuals I've ever come across. As you can see, two people are on the same bus. And as you can see, they have two completely different views, okay? You probably know where I'm going with this, but one is literally looking at the bright side and he's able to find things to be joyful about, while the other is on the darker side of the bus. Now, I would like to call this bus the bus of life. Yes, I said I was hippie woo, okay? Let's move that image up to the corner because let's be real, I'm a little bit egotistical. I know my strengths and I know my struggles. But let's just say this is the bus of life. I bet you can name somebody that is always on the bright side. I mean, you could just name me if you don't know nobody. And I'm not gonna say let's get acquainted because I don't know if I could really handle your energy. No, I'm just kidding. But you could probably also think of somebody that's, well, you know, always on the dark side. Oh my God, and then the coffee was too hot. Then I burnt my tongue, and then because I couldn't taste the pimento cheese, and then the cheese had mold in it anyway, and then did you see the butcher and the way he looked at me? There are people that will find anything to complain about. You can literally just smell the negativity coming. I had a coworker, not gonna name any names, but every time this specific coworker came around, it was like a literal big gray cloud came with them, and I was just like, let me act like I'm super busy. We both know people like these two characters, okay? My point that I want to make, especially with this visual, is you have a choice. Oh, the down votes are coming. The I hate you, I can't believe you, lady. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know my struggle. Hold on. Hold on, okay? At least watch the video to the end. God, okay? All I am suggesting is that you do have a choice. Not, hear me out, not over what has happened to you. You are absolutely victimless to the things that happen to you in life. I admit, okay, I have complained about things that happened in life, and I admit that like life can be pretty shitty. I've heard people say life is an equal opportunity shit thrower, and I was like, wow. Life doesn't care if you're white, black, green, if you're dressed like a mermaid, if you're dressed like a woman, if you're dressed like a man. If you don't want to be called a man or a woman, life doesn't care. It is gonna throw some shit your way. Just shit. Throw the poop emojis everywhere when we edit this, okay? That's just life, okay? I am not saying you had any control over that. Hear me, okay? Your trauma was valid and real, and I am not taking that away from you. However, what I am suggesting is that you can shift your focus. You can shift certain things in your life so that you begin to sit on the other side of the bus. And I am not saying, again, listen, I'm not saying it's an easy thing. This is exactly why therapy exists. This is exactly why some people have medications that help them regulate their imbalances whenever it comes to certain things like bipolar disorder, for example, that can help them make those shifts a lot easier, because some people do need the assistance of medication, and I'm not one to bash anyone on that. But I just implore you to consider what I'm saying about verbiage, okay? Because that is one, very free, okay? Because I know therapy can get expensive, honey, I should know, okay? Because I milk all the free options of therapy I can get before I have to actually pay. But what I'm saying is a very free way to shift is to change your verbiage. So I love to say things like, I'm currently out of cash. I'm really not in a good mood right now. This isn't the best day. Things like that just kind of speak to, one, the truth, because I ain't lying, I ain't got no money for you. But two, that it's a temporary situation. The point that I'm trying to make is that depression is a part of your experience. It is not your identity, okay? And that is the distinction that I am trying to make. You might be wondering, well, Marsha, what is the big difference? Okay, like, I'm depressed, I have depression. I'm so glad you asked, sarcastic Suzanne or Steven or Sean, whatever your name is. My point is, when you say I have depression, I actually don't even like that either. You're gonna be like, I'm through with you. Okay, hear me out. Pausing again. Okay, what I want you to consider is that when you say you have something, well, you say you have something. You're saying that you possess depression. You possess anxiety. Again, not taking away from the fact that you may be battling with depression or anxiety or both, and another slew of, mental health disorders. Not taking that away from you. I'm not saying that these things are not real. Again, I'm not saying these things are not real. Don't you put words in my mouth, okay? Only thing I like in my mouth, never mind. What I am saying is that when you say you have something, you're claiming it. You're claiming you possess it. I'm sorry. Even if someone diagnosed me with a mental health disorder, I think I am one of the ones that will just, I'm going to choose to look at this as a season in my life. So seasonally, I have depression right now. And again, that is because I just don't want to look at anything with any bit of permanence or permanence. Yeah, let's say that, okay? And again, this might be very small to you. You might not even believe in what I'm saying and the power that changing your verbiage can have. So maybe this video isn't for you. That's okay. Thanks for stopping by anyway. But for those of you that want to see something different in their lives, take it from someone that has experienced the power of changing their verbiage in their lives. I feel so much better when I say certain things, when I don't say I have. For example, I no longer claim anger issues. Or that I have anger issues. But now, especially with the help of meditation and employing some other mindfulness techniques and tactics, I no longer say I have anger issues. Even if I'm liable to slice a... Anyways, I no longer say that. If anything, I will say, yeah, I've had some issues with... And I love to speak about my problems in a past tense kind of way. I know. This might be a little hippie woo-woo for you. If I've lost you, that's okay. Thanks for stopping by. But again, for those of you that really want to have a different outlook, for those of you that want to, well, get to the other side of the bus, I really want you to consider what you claim over your life. Because, well, you don't have to be Christian to believe in the power of the tongue. Like I said, words are very, very powerful. There's a reason why amongst all the different species and, just the different organisms out there, we as humans can use words, and words can make or break a lot of things. You seal a lot of contracts by saying the right words. Saying the right amount of sweet nothings can get you into somebody's panties, you know what I'm saying? Order boxers, equal opportunity over here, But regardless, words are very important. And to say words aren't important, well, if you were offended by me saying, don't say you're depressed, well, that's because those words were pretty impactful, weren't they? See what I did there? You get my point, okay? I am, again, not making light of any mental health disorder. What I am saying is treat whatever disorder you are battling as just that, a battle that will end. I don't want to ever believe that depression and anxiety is something you have to hold on to for life, because there are people out there well, that have made it out of depressive seasons. And yeah, sometimes seasons can be for a couple years. It depends on what you're going through, how you're processing through it, and the resources that you have available to you. But I do not want to believe, at least I won't over here. You can believe whatever you want over there, okay? But over here and on this channel, I'm always going to promote wellness. I'm always going to promote that things do get better. And if that makes my glass half full, well, I'd rather have a half full glass than a half empty glass. Even if it's the same amount in there, my perspective will change my entire experience of drinking that thing, because I'm gonna be like, damn, I got plenty in here. Okay, while you're over here like, well, damn, I should probably be a little stingy with how much I drink. You get my point, okay? Everything is about mindset. And to be honest, there are just certain things that we do have a little bit of control over. And our words, well, that's a little bit of control that we exert that can make such a big difference. Because when you speak about these kind of things as if they're temporary, well, I feel like you start to attract the resources that help you make it more temporary. You start to attract people that think positively with you, that say, yeah, we are gonna beat this, we are gonna get through this, you are strong enough to get through this season of your life. And again, there are people that live with depression and anxiety for years. I almost want to bet these are people that also believe they had to live with depression and anxiety for years. Because how many times have we heard of people have the most horrible upbringings that you would think, oh yeah, they got chronic depression, boo-boo, and they don't. Why is that? We should really be assessing what motivational forces drive these people who are in way worse positions than you and I. Never to compare situations, because what you eat don't make me shit, and what hurts me ain't gonna make you bleed, right? Well, unless you're like a deep empath or whatever, but even then, you get my point. We have to question, how are some people beating depression and still rising up, and how can I possess that too? Don't look at depression and anxiety as a permanent thing. Don't look at it as a thing you possess. If you're going to use those words, use them in temporary settings. I'm currently going through a tough time. Like 2020 was a very terrible time for me, but I took every bit of initiative to still focus on the positives. And maybe I'll make some content about what I did during depressive seasons for me to lift my spirits. If you're interested in that, drop a comment down below. But just understand what I'm saying, you guys. I don't want you to claim anything you do not want in your life. If you want to be depressed and you want to stay hooked on meds and you want to be in this leave me alone, I want to be sad and blue, don't try and take my depression title away from me, cool. Do it over there. Do it way over there. Because over here, I am not interested in that. And I don't want any of my loved ones to feel like they have to be tied to this terrible disease that troubles so many of us for life. I don't believe it. I believe shackles can break. I believe we can be set free. I believe I've been set free from several depressive states. I believe hormonal depression is a thing too, but I like to believe that the terrible things are temporary. It's the way I choose to live. And if that makes me too optimistic, glass half full, hippie woo-woo for you, then I'm just not your girl. But hopefully you found this video useful. Hopefully you gained some kind of hope or some perspective. If not, that's what the comment section's for, and that's what that is for. But otherwise, I hope you guys subscribe. I hope you guys like the video. Comment down below to let me know what you think. You already know what I'm gonna say. Until next time, be refined, be ratchet, and be you. And don't be claiming you don't want.